And you're like, you know what, I shouldn't have to work this hard for someone's love. Like, that's a little ridiculous.
Kelly Clarkson just walked away from the show that made her a daytime fixture, and she picked the exact same day to drop a brand new song and open the doors on a Las Vegas stage. At 44, the original American Idol winner is closing one chapter of her career, while two brand new ones start on the very same night. This story covers why her daytime talk show is really ending, what she's doing instead, and why the timing of all of it is not an accident. Stick around, because the reason behind this move says a lot about what she wants the rest of her 40s to look like. Fans have watched Kelly Clarkson behind a talk show desk for 7 seasons now. The Kelly Clarkson Show became one of the most reliable names in daytime television, built on her big voice, her bigger laugh, and her habit of turning random guest interviews into something that felt genuinely fun to watch. Back in February, Clarkson confirmed the show would wrap up this fall after that 7th season. That announcement alone was a shock to a lot of longtime viewers who assumed the show would just keep rolling along, season after season, the way daytime staples usually do. Instead, Clarkson made it clear this ending was her call, not a network decision made behind her back. She's talked about wanting to move at a different pace going forward, which is a pretty big statement from someone who built an entire brand around being everywhere, all the time, 5 days a week. The show first launched in 2019 and quickly picked up a following for segments that felt looser than most daytime programming, whether that meant Clarkson breaking into a cover song mid-interview or getting genuinely emotional over a guest story instead of moving briskly to the next commercial break. It earned a stack of daytime Emmy nominations along the way and became appointment viewing for a lot of households precisely because it never felt like it was following a rigid format. Walking away from something that established, at a point when the ratings were still solid, is not the kind of exit daytime television usually sees. That's the surface-level answer. But the real question fans keep asking is why a hit show, one that clearly still works, is the thing getting cut loose. The answer to that gets a lot more personal, and it changes how this whole decision looks. Clarkson has been raising her 2 kids, River and Remington, largely on her own for years now. In August 2025, their father, Brandon Blackstock, passed away after a battle with cancer. That loss reshaped what mattered most to Clarkson, and it clearly reshaped her calendar too. Stepping away from a daily hosting job means stepping away from a grueling production schedule that eats up mornings, afternoons, and plenty of energy that a single parent needs elsewhere. Putting her kids first at this stage of their lives is something Clarkson has described as necessary, not just nice to have. That's a very different reason for leaving a hit show than the usual industry explanations people expect, like ratings trouble or contract disputes. There's no messy fallout here, no public feud, just a mother recalibrating her life after an enormous loss. Blackstock had also managed Clarkson's career for years before their marriage ended in 2022, which meant his passing closed out a chapter that stretched across both her personal life and her business one at the same time. Friends close to Clarkson have said she kept working through the diagnosis and the loss largely out of the public eye, choosing to protect her kids from the spotlight rather than turning her grief into a storyline on her own show. And once that reason clicks into place, the timing of everything else she's doing suddenly makes a lot more sense too. Because the same week her talk show winds down toward its final bow, Clarkson isn't slowing down creatively at all. She's speeding back up, just in a completely different lane. On July 17th, she's releasing a brand new single called I'd Be Lyin', her first new music since Where Have You Been? Came out back in May of 2025. That's more than a year between releases for an artist who used to drop new music on a much tighter schedule, so the return alone is a moment for her fans. But she didn't just pick a random Friday to drop it. July 17th is also the night her second Las Vegas residency, called Studio Sessions, kicks off at the Coliseum at Caesars Palace, with shows running into mid-August. This isn't her first run at that venue either. Her first residency there, called Chemistry, an intimate evening, sold out its dates and gave her a chance to perform stripped-down versions of her catalog for crowds that came specifically to hear her sing, not to watch her host anyone else. Studio Sessions picks up where that run left off, built around the same idea of putting her voice front and center without a desk, a panel of guests, or a studio audience clapping on cue. Same city, same stage where she's already proven Vegas crowds want her, same exact date as the new single. That is not a coincidence a label's marketing team just stumbled into. That is Clarkson choosing the biggest possible spotlight to reintroduce herself as a recording artist, right as the daytime chapter closes for good. And that raises the real question hanging over all of it. What does trading a talk show desk for a Vegas stage actually say about where her career goes from here? It says Clarkson is betting on the parts of her career that started it all. Long before the talk show, before the coaching chair, before any of the daytime fame, she was a voice built for a stage, belting out power ballads that turned her into a Grammy winner. A Residency lets her do that on her own terms, a set schedule of shows instead of 5 days a week of live television. It also is not a full goodbye to the small screen. Clarkson already confirmed she's returning to The Voice as a coach for its 30th season, premiering September 21st, a role that lets her keep judging and mentoring new singers without the 5-day grind a daily talk show demands. She's held that coaching chair on and off for years, and returning to it while stepping away from daytime hosting shows. This isn't about leaving television behind altogether. So this isn't Clarkson disappearing from television, it's Clarkson trimming her schedule down to the projects that actually fit the life she wants right now. A life built around her kids first, her music second, and everything else after that. What's happening here isn't really a career ending, it's a career getting resorted by priority. Clarkson didn't lose the talk show, and she isn't chasing a comeback because her old gig dried up. She built a new chapter on her own terms, then picked the loudest possible night in Las Vegas to launch it. The question left behind is a simple one. When an artist gets to choose exactly how the next stage of her career looks, what does she actually keep, and what does she let go? If this kind of celebrity story is the sort of thing that's worth digging into, hitting that like button helps more than people realize, and subscribing means never missing the next one of these breakdowns. There's a comment section right below this video, so drop a thought on whether Kelly Clarkson made the right call trading a daily show for a Vegas stage. And if a friend still doesn't know why she stepped away from her talk show, sending them this video is the fastest way to catch them up.